Welcome to the panel of Taiwan's blockchain technology and the supply chains finance. Taiwan is a global leader in high-tech, manufacturing and the supply chains. By combining this strengths with blockchain innovation, we have a chance to bring transparency, efficiency, and the trust in the global trade. So today, we introduced two companies. They are very focused on Taiwan supply chain industry, utilize the blockchain technology. The one is BSOS, another one is BaaS Innovation. Both of them are very famous in our industry, no matter in the financial or in the technology. So today we have a very good opportunity to let both of them to introduce their company. And each of them will introduce their company for 10 minutes. And we will leave 10 minutes Q&A question time for both of them. So let's have a pause to BSOS. Brendan, would you like to introduce yourself and then introduce your company?
Yeah, of course. So thank you very much for the introduction. I am with BSOS. My name is Brendan. BSOS is a Taiwanese company, but I have been on BSOS US, leading our efforts in expansion into the Americas for 2 months, so relatively recent. But I've been thinking about the supply chain and sort of international trade use case for basically my entire adult life. I started in Bitcoin when I was 15, and then that was the first use case that I saw, and I've been focused on that since then.
50.
Yeah, that's when I didn't have enough money to buy when I was 15, and my parents didn't want to take out a second mortgage. But yeah, so new to BSOS, but been in the supply chain and international trade on blockchain use case for quite some time.
Okay.
If you don't know, as Jeff mentioned, we're fairly well known here in Taiwan. But if you don't know what BSOS has been up to, we were created in 2018. So for a blockchain company, we've been around for a long time. And the primary objective when we started was to bridge sort of real world with Web3, which obviously now we have an entire industry that we call RWA, but at the time that was less common. And we said, okay, well, how do we do that? And well, there are $43 trillion of assets in supply chains, and so that felt like a very natural place to try to start bridging those two worlds. We're backed by some pretty impressive names. Tether, probably first among them, because as Jeff was talking about, stablecoins really are the key, as I'll discuss in a minute, to what we're doing with blockchain supply chain finance. So what do we actually do? Well, it's RWA tokenization and cross-border payments technologies. We think that those two are absolutely crucial for each other. You can't really do one without the other. So we want to make sure that the maturity of that middle line, the stablecoin payments, continues to increase, because that will also increase the maturity of real-world asset tokenization. Just a quick background, there are inherently liquidity challenges in supply chain finance. You have a buyer that doesn't want to pay ever. You have a supplier that wants to get paid right away. So how have we fixed this historically? Well, we started by doing supply chain finance that was financial institution-led. And then once supply chains got complex to the point that large corporates realized themselves that it was in their best interest to make sure that their suppliers were getting the financing terms that they needed, you had sort of corporate-driven supply chain finance. And that was sort of generation 2. And generation 3 is what we're attempting to do, which is connect corporate-led supply chain finance with Web3 liquidity and Web3 visibility and all the other benefits that we get from Web3 tech. So what does that bring to corporates? What are the supply chain benefits? Well, you have the sort of typical ones, which are it's a lower cost than even a credit card. You have a efficient supply chain liquidity, and then what we're really focused on now is instant global settlements. When cash is important enough to ask for financing, it's important enough to get it right away. So that was a big blocker before we had the stablecoin world, and now we're seeing it come to fruition. And I think we have a much better product when we integrate stables with it. So this is sort of our roadmap ecosystem. You see that to date, we've focused mostly on the information flow, right? So that's what Jeff was talking about before. That's tokenizing receivables, letters of credit, all the trade assets that you can think about. We were focused on tokenizing those, but that use case only starts to get really good when then you can connect it to faster and more available liquidity, right? So that's when you start to have stablecoin payments, both from traditional lenders that we work with. C2BC is obviously a big traditional lender, but also connecting to Web3 liquidity, which means that your average person who just has a wallet can, in fact, finance supply chain finance operations, which is not something that has ever been the case before we were able to put these assets on chain. Our system has been certified and won prizes as well with SAP, as I think we'll talk about in a little bit. This is a critical aspect of building impressive supply chain finance programs, is you need to connect with where this data is coming from. You can't get it on chain if you're not connected. So the fact that we've been integrated with SAP has been a huge benefit. And then just to sort of give you like one use case, in fact, with SAP, like what sort of volumes are we talking about? An AI cloud server manufacturer, they have more than $1 billion in supply chain finance demand in a year. So that's not even just their overall volume. That's their suppliers coming to them and saying, we actually need capital more quickly than your terms. If this manufacturer says we're going to pay you in 120 days, if the supplier is doing 95% of their business with them, that's going to be a really difficult challenge to then pay employees and everything else. So the demand is there. As I mentioned, to date, we've been very focused on that information flow, so invoices, POs, letters of credit, bills of lading. But what you need to take this to the next step is escrow-backed stablecoin payments, right? You need a way to then take those assets and finance them efficiently without having to, as Jeff was explaining a few minutes ago, wait T+2, T+3. Those are numbers in Taiwan, perhaps. If you go somewhere like Brazil, it can very regularly be T+10, for example. That happens all the time. And so this is really the critical step to make all the preparation we've done to tokenize trade assets into a product that is wildly more efficient than what we have on the market today. So we're working, as I mentioned, with the largest USD stablecoin issuer, which is Tether. And we want to focus on supply chain finance sort of as an aspirational target. But the most important thing is just getting corporates to use stablecoins first and foremost. If you start to have corporates that use stablecoins, are able to put them on their balance sheet, are able to pay their employees even with them, then, as Jeff again was talking about, the programmability of money comes into play. If you're actually holding the stablecoins directly, then we can, have a supply chain finance program, for example, that runs completely automatically based on goods arriving and invoice being approved by buyer, funds move automatically. And that's not something we've been able to do with fiat because it always requires calls out into external systems. I am running out of time, but this is the idea, right? So we want more. In order to get supply chain finance on chain, you need corporates to be using stablecoins. And the way to do that is making sure that you have a presence globally so that for the corporates that aren't yet comfortable keeping these stables on their balance sheet, we have on and off ramping for them. And then as and when they become more comfortable with accepting USDT and then holding it, we're going to be able to support that as well. So that's what we're up to, and as I said, I'm leading the U.S. and all of our efforts into developing nations in South America. So yeah, excited to get into the questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Brendan. And we can know that BSOS do a lot of great achievement in the world. And let's have a next presentation for BaaS ID James Huang. And James, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay.
Controller?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm apologize for my poor English because it's been more than 30 years I don't speak English. So I hope you can understand my English. Okay. My name is James Huang. I am CEO and the founder of the BaaS Innovation. Okay. I think everybody know BaaS, meaning BaaS is a blockchain as a service. Okay. Okay. This is my introduction. Actually, I'm pretty old. I already working for 35 years. My first job is the AT&T in the Bear Labs. So at that time, my English is pretty well. But now, already old. Actually, I start my blockchain technology business is in 2016. I established my company actually in Singapore, not in Taiwan. Because of the COVID, so I moved all the team back to Taiwan. Okay, I think you guys should understand blockchain technology business is not easy in Taiwan. In the past few years, a lot of the company actually spend so much money, but cannot survive. But BaaS Innovation is quite lucky. So we already IPO in Taiwan Stock Exchange. I think this is the first IPO company in Taiwan. We are IPO in 2023 September. So our stock number is 3555. If you are interested, you can search our companies. Our company, all information is quite open. And we have a larger shareholder is ADATA Group. ADATA is the second larger DRAM manufacturing company of the world. Okay. I will spend more time in this page because we need to survival. So we cannot always talking about Web3. So in first few years, BaaS Innovation, we are focused on data trust business. Okay, what is the data trust? Brendan mentioned about the supply chain finance. Actually, supply chain finance basically is from supply chain management, from purchase order, from shipping notice, from invoice, from the ERP account payable and account receivable. Okay, those information we use Hyperledger Fabric to put those data in the blockchains, and then we invite the very large company called Yongfengyu. Yongfengyu has more than 10,000 suppliers. Okay, so we build the blockchain system for the enterprise, and then there is a 3 major bank in Taiwan join our blockchain system: China Trust Bank, Taipei Bank, and Mega Bank. So through the supply chain blockchain systems, they can prove this purchase is the real, and then this account receivable and the payable is real. So they can more low risk to loan the money to the suppliers. This is what we call our supply chain systems. So our company development supply chain management, which is the purchase order system and the shipping notice system. We develop supply chain finance, which means we help banking and the company and the enterprise build all the node and based on Hyperledger Fabric blockchain structure and put all the data in the blockchains. And we already, through this supply chain finance blockchain, already more than 1 billion NT dollars already loaned by bank. Okay, and now actually we know stablecoin time is coming. So right now, so many banks, they are thinking about provide custodian service to the enterprise. And then in the future, they also try to loan the cryptocurrency directly to the enterprise. So this is all possible, and in my opinion, that will be happen in next few years, I think. Okay, so our company, when I established I think before last year, we all focus on the data trust. So we have so many projects, or you can see we help the Taiwan National High-Speed Computer Center. We build all the BaaS system and the DID platform for the Taiwan government high-speed data center. And we also help our Taiwan government for build up the DID infrastructures. This is all not related to the cryptocurrency, not related to the token. This is all by the data trust, identity trust. So through those projects, so we can survive, and then we can able to IPO in Taiwan stock exchange. So this period is actually very tough. It's very tough because nobody understands about blockchain. Nobody understands about cryptocurrency. So when I talk about the blockchain, my friend always asking me, this is a scam or not? So this is actually all in my past experience, but this year actually totally changed. So many my friends come back to me. Hey James, I want to understand what is the real asset. I want to understand what is the blockchain. I want to understand what is the stablecoin. So I think our time is coming. And this page, I would like to a little bit explain about our company solution. Actually, we have so many different kind of the solution. We help Taiwan cryptocurrency exchange build all the exchange systems. Okay, and we also help Taiwan game company to issue the NFT and also build up the NFT exchange platforms. And we also do so many cybersecurity projects in Taiwan. We have rights of the decentralized storage like IPFS systems. So our company focus is enterprise solution. So we know their needs, okay, their requirements. So I think in terms of the supply chain finance, very important is 3 parts. Number one is information flow. Second is the cash flow in the future. Cash flow will be including the stablecoin. And then third is logistic flows. So we need to gather in all the information together in the blockchain. And then we can able to trust, okay, this purchase has been complete. And this shipment has been completed. So we can allow our wallet to pay to our supplier wallet. So this is all we hope to put together in our platforms. Okay, so actually we have a step 1 and the step 2. So now we already in the step 2, our supply chain 2.0 platforms. And this is our product, some pages for your reference. if you are interested in our system, we can discuss later when the section is finished. Okay, thanks for your time and thanks having me to share our experience here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Not yet. We have a question here. We leave 10 minutes to have a Q&A session. And I will give both of you 2 questions. The first one is for Brendan, BSOS. BSOS has been working closely with enterprise and the banks. What is the biggest pain points Taiwanese corporate faced? And when adoption blockchain-based supply chains finance for them?
Yeah, so I think one thing that people often don't appreciate with trade finance is how we're trying to sell solutions which are quite future-facing, and then you often are working with enterprises that, for example, still use paper invoices, or in the best case, have an on-prem deployment of their ERP system. So in fact, the sort of like first biggest challenge that we face in deployment is the fact that we're running up against sort of traditional difficulties with technology, right? Like we can't even get to the blockchain conversation because we need to go and integrate with their IT system that's running in their basement, or we need to digitize invoices and POs that are currently just being sent by letter or so. Just typical digitalization is something that we're working very hard on, so that you can do the more complex things. So that's number one. I'd say the second big one also is that when you're building a successful supply chain finance program, could people hear me before?
I'm not.
Okay, but when you're building a successful supply chain finance program, you are building an ecosystem essentially. You were saying that a large corporate has 10,000 suppliers or something like that. So the idea of getting all of those suppliers into the program is hugely difficult, and then building an ecosystem with the suppliers as well as all the additional data that you need from the shippers and everything like that. I think that's one area that on a public blockchain where we have quite the advantage, because in the past you would integrate with a logistics provider in one platform, like yours, for example, and then when we wanted to do it, we would have to integrate again with the same platform, right? So now that we're operating on public infrastructure, though, I think that this idea of building a trade ecosystem becomes a lot easier, because it's not 100 companies all trying to redo the same integrations, but we can build public protocols on public infrastructure, and I think that's gonna help a lot on the ecosystem side.
Okay, thanks for Brendan. I have a question for...
Can I answer the same questions?
Oh, sure. You can do. I have a question for James. As an infrastructure provider, how does BaaS innovation enable scalable and secure blockchain adoption for supply chain finance, especially for mid to small company?
Yes. Okay. Jeff just mentioned about what kind of the problem, the
pain points
when we talk to the enterprise. Okay, actually, I talked to many enterprise. Okay, in past 8 years. Number one, they don't want to pay any money.
Of course,
they don't want to pay, and then they want to solve their pain point. So this is the most problems when we talk to the enterprise, especially BOSS. And then number two, in my experience, the BOSS is agree our systems. They want to join our supply chain finance, but their financial CFO and their IT CTO, number one, what is your companies? How many
employees
you have?
And how much your capital?
Yes, and your company has profit or not? Okay, this is real things. Okay, even the company owner is my good friend. I cannot sell supply chain finance and the blockchain to them. This is my real experience in past few years. Okay, it's really difficult. I want to share my experience. You know, when we do the supply chain finance, we build the notes for the bank because bank need to get the data from blockchain, so they need to have a note join the blockchains. So we need to quotation to the bank, and we need to put our server, our notes in the bank. This is, you know, we spend around 100 meetings to put the note in the bank. This is really, you know, hell. You know, so many security requirements and so many, you know, a lot of the things to talk. So, okay, anyway, enterprise and the bank, they have so many questions. So we want to successfully launch our solution is we need to have a patience and we need to have a very low cost. And then we need to have a benefit for the company, enterprise, and the suppliers, and the bank. They all have a benefit, and then they will join our systems. So not about the technology issue, about the compliance issue, about the cost issues. I think time is come. Actually, BSOS also, CEO Danny, also my good friend, we already have so many conversations. We also are able to cooperate in the future. So I think we are still here, and we still try to work hard, and we still try to make the technology method to lower the cost for enterprise, supplier, and the bank join our systems. So this is what we call the supply chain 2.0. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we still have 4 minutes, so I have give each of you a quick question. For supply chains, for Brendan, supply chains are increasing global. How can BSOS solutions can help Taiwanese company better manage financing and the risk when dealing with the overseas partners? Very quick.
Yeah, okay, so just very quickly, what corporates want to do in general, just to understand, in a supply chain finance program, what they want to do is extend their payment terms. And the way that they do that is that they get financing for their own suppliers, right? But one of the biggest problems with supply chain finance programs traditionally is, and we've talked about this for 15 years basically, is the tail end suppliers. If you only get 50% of your suppliers on board, then you're only going to be able to extend your payment terms as a big corporate in Taiwan for 50% of your contracts, right? I think one aspect that's really going to help convince those smaller suppliers in your supply chain to get on board is this guarantee that if you come on and you ask for financing, you're going to have financing instantaneously. This is not a case where you come on and then you get onboarded. In fact, you get rejected and then the payment might take 10 days. We think the speed of getting financing to these smaller suppliers is really going to help the Taiwanese corporates get all of their suppliers on these programs and not, 50% of just the big ones. So that's what I would say. The speed is a big aspect for the small suppliers in your chain.
Okay, thanks. The last question for James. For your point of view, you are the OG in Taiwan, suffer from a lot of tough things. Okay? What kind of ecosystem support, like policy, like standards or partnerships, do you need, or would you think was such kind of support for you would accelerate the blockchain adoption in Taiwan to supply chain financing?
Okay, thank you. I think regulation and compliance is most important because right now so many companies, they want to hold the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or stablecoin, but in accountants now still not so clear if the company
accounting rule.
Yes, accounting rule. This is the number one. Number two is so many companies wanted to different source to get the loan, not the fiat. They hope to get the loan USDT or USDC directly from legal entities. For example, from crypto exchange or from bank. Actually, some of the Taiwan bank, they will provide the custodian service early next year. So when they get the cryptocurrency from their customer, they hope to loan to the enterprise to do the like a trade finance or the payments. So I think compliance and regulation is very important. And the number two, actually the technical standards, because in Taiwan we cooperation with the government and also so many banks and enterprise. They always asking me, I want to choose public blockchain or private blockchain or permission blockchains. What kind of the blockchain is the future, is the trend? Public blockchain safe or not? So this kind of the questions we need to really good consideration how to provide the good and the total solution for the government and banks and also enterprise. I think those points, if can be fixed, I think because Taiwan is a trading country, Taiwan semiconductor is very powerful and the AI server is very powerful around the world. So this is very important for the company can has more flexible, cash flow to adoption their business. Yeah.
Okay, we're just coming to the ending point. We give each of you 20 seconds, and me. Would you like to, because all of builders sitting here, I think all of our company need to
need employees.
Talent. Yes. Yeah. Let me 20 seconds. I'm coming from Hayek Technology. Hayek is doing the stablecoin issue in Taiwan. Right now, we can connect Taiwan semiconductor industry and mainstream institutional, financial institutional to build up the stablecoin alliance. If you want to join Hayek, just let me know and have a contact with me. Brendan?
So our primary focus now is on B2B stablecoin payments, especially in the United States and Latin America, connected to Taiwan. So if you have ideas on how we can build out that public infrastructure or even corporates that might be interested in stablecoin payments here in Taiwan, definitely come talk to me.
James?
Yes, same. We need many employees, many talent.
You're a listed company.
Yeah, we are IPO companies. So please join us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's have a pause.